Hello, I'm here to do my check-in for day 16 of the Ting 2022 Weight Loss Challenge. I got my workout in yesterday despite the soreness in my right shoulder. It's much better today. My shoulder is much better today. I did do those modifications like I was planning. It seemed like I did fine with full planks. It's the half planks putting the pressure on the forearm and elbow that is aggravating this shoulder right now, and leading to too much soreness. I really wanted to curtail that. I didn't want to injure myself, because that is a pattern that I have from the past, back when I was very imbalanced with exercise. I used to head into overtraining syndrome all the time, just totally wear myself out with my workouts to the point of actually doing damage instead of it being beneficial. And I would often get sidelined with an injury. And this is some of what I'm repairing right now. Like, this is an old injury, an old sports injury, okay? My knee that I just repaired, that was, an old injury. So I'm really being mindful of that, and it was really important to me with this particular challenge to show a different side of the experience as somebody who is in recovery, has recovered. I shouldn't even say in recovery anymore, because it's been so long since I struggled with those issues, but I feel like, I just, maybe it is still a little bit of in recovery. I'm probably in my closing of the circle phase, where I'm now at the point in my recovery where I'm acknowledging that I've recovered. I think that's kind of what it's about for me. And what I'm really seeing is, yeah, it may have been, gosh, uh, almost 27 years ago that I had this anorexia crisis, okay? But it's only now that I'm at the stage where I can look at it and go, wow, look how far I've come. Look at the way I respond to these situations, and how different that is from where it's been. And I think I did so much of my recovery work was always focused on the actual nuts and bolts of recovery, right? Like making sure I'm properly nourishing myself, and healing my relationship with my body, and also, sorting through trauma and sorting through the emotional roots of what caused the issues in the first place, because it's never about the food. It's never about that, really. And that's something people need to understand about eating disorder. Eating disorder is about what's going on emotionally. It's about an inability to be able to be present with discomfort, and cutting off from the body, cutting off from the experience by, going too far up into your head, and trying to micromanage everything to feel some sense of control over emotions that feel so out of control because they're so activated. Okay. It's a way to numb yourself out, disconnect, sever yourself from your emotional experience. A lot of people don't get that. They don't. They think it's all about wanting to be skinny. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that, that's why it was really important for me to go through this experience, because, one thing that's really hard about recovery is you do all the work, you go through therapy, you do all the work with the doctors, you heal yourself, and you integrate all that, shadow stuff. I recently read something where somebody was saying, you can't integrate your shadow. And that's just such incredible bullshit. You absolutely can. You can integrate your shadow. It doesn't mean once you integrate your shadow that you don't have any shadow tendencies. No, you're aware of them. That's what it means to integrate your shadow. It means you're aware of your tendencies, you're aware of your shadow aspect, and yet you embrace all parts of you, and you choose to act from your higher nature. You choose to make conscious choices. So, I'm calling bullshit. It was actually a psychologist too who said that. And I was like, are you kidding me? You absolutely can integrate your shadow. You can heal. Um, but that's kind of something they've always said about eating disorder too, is, oh, once you have eating disorder, you're always going to have eating disorder, and this is just your reality, and we're going to slap this label on you, and this is now your limitation. This is, the framework that you have to live your life within, that you are somebody with eating disorder. It's bullshit. And I really wanted to give people hope, that are struggling with food and body image issues. I don't want you to feel like you're always going to be trapped by this shit, because you won't. You can heal. You can go beyond it. You really can. Like, I would never harm myself like that. Never. Not in a million years. It shocks me when I think back to what I used to put myself through, how I used to talk to myself, how I used to view my body. Like, I don't feel any of that anymore. And I'm not saying it's something that's easy. Like, it was a lot of fucking work, a lot of hard fucking work. It was like 2 fucking decades of work, all right? 2 decades of work. If you're struggling with any of these issues, like, don't hold off. Go and get help, okay? You really need to reach out for help. It's very important. Go to anad.org, okay? They offer free eating disorder support groups across the country. They have hotlines, resources, all kinds of information you can access there. Like, it's really important that you get support, because if you think that it's something that you can just pull yourself out of on your own, you're really kidding yourself, okay? And I dare say that's the eating disorder talking. It's not, any sort of cognizance taking over, okay? It's very important to get support. But one thing I wanted to just show is that it doesn't mean that forever, the rest of your life, you can't ever be conscious about, eating healthy or exercising and taking care of your body. That's the challenge of eating disorder. People who have other issues like alcoholism or drug addiction, they can just stop taking those things in, but food, you need food to live, and you need to be able to move your body with exercise to stay healthy and vital into the later years of your life. And so that means you really have to learn how to integrate your shadow. Something that used to be a way that you coped in a very unhealthy manner, that was very destructive. You have to learn how to have a healthy relationship with this thing. And that's extremely challenging. But I'm here to show you that it can be done. And, I think I'm at this place where it was like, wow, what a revelation, the other day to finish my workout and say, you know what, that feels a little too sore, in my shoulder. And I think I'm going to listen to what my body's telling me, and I'm going to modify those moves, until this normalizes and isn't so sore, and avoid an injury, and then be able to move forward from there, right? Then once it's strong and once it feels better, then we can try it again, see if enough strength has been gained where I can try that move again. In the past, I would have just pushed through it, just out of sheer perfectionism, a need to, go all out. I wouldn't have had that consciousness about my body. So I don't want you to be afraid if you are in a recovery process and you feel like you'll never be able to get to the point where you can focus on your health because you'll always go out of balance with it. That's bullshit. It's not true. You can heal these issues. You can learn to come to a place where you really love and accept yourself, and it's independent of whatever size your body is, how your body looks, none of that will matter to you. You'll be able to eat, any food, and you won't feel like you're a rotten person if you have something that's not healthy. Okay, you can really overcome these issues, but it's actually through going to the deeper layers and remembering it's not about the food, it's not about your body, it's about your emotions, and in a lot of cases trauma, that needs the proper space held for it. So you can work through those issues. And in order to do that, you need some help, you need support, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, this has just been kind of an unexpected aspect of this experience for me, is realizing like, wow, I'm really like closing up my recovery process, and I'm looking at how far I've come and realizing the work that's been done and what a difference it's made in me. It's really quite amazing, actually. So I did my workout yesterday. I did modification on those moves. And it seems like I do fine with like any of the full plank moves. Straight arm is fine. It doesn't put that pressure on my shoulder. It's the half plank position is just, my body is saying, no, it's a little too much weight being put on that joint. So I respected that, and it's feeling better today. It feels a lot better. It feels like it's improved by about 70%, which is excellent. But I'm also going to modify today. And today's workout is the last one before we have active rest tomorrow. So I think it's kind of lining up perfectly. That gives me 2 days of, more modified movement as far as what impacts, the shoulder. And then I'll have a day of rest, and we'll see where it's at after that. Maybe I'll be ready to test it again and see if my body can do that move. But for me, the great victory is that I did it. I showed up. I did my workouts. They went very well, and I performed at high intensity where I could and where I needed to modify in interest of taking care of my body, listening to my body, respecting my body's communication, and preventing injury. I backed off, and I feel really, really good about that. And my body is thanking me for that today. So that all feels super, super positive to me. And yeah, feeling good, continuing forward, ready to get my workout in today after I finished my bulletproof coffee. Woke up, wasn't hungry. So respecting that as well. And yeah, looking forward to getting day 17. I'm over halfway done. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. I'm really seeing this through, and it feels really good and amazing. And thank you to everybody for all your comments and your support. I appreciate you. It means a lot to me. And let's all have a beautiful day. Okay? I'll see you later and let you know how day 17 went.